Now, we're going to have time here for a 15-minute break. Now, one thing that we've kind of adopted as part of our way of doing things, when we celebrate these events, this is our second one, obviously, but every time we've done anything, even when we did our class, we adopt a principle of hospitality. And even though we don't have someone speaking specifically on hospitality, I want to make sure that I mention that that is the case. Because what moved people so much about L'Abri was that they were impacted by what they experienced when they visited there. And Edith was kind of the hidden secret. She had this wonderful training and background in hospitality. And you just think, well, back in that day, all these women used to like to set the table and set out things nicely. But no, they took it to a whole new level. Edith was so wonderful at preparing a presentation that showed something to the people that were there, that showed, first of all, that they cared about them, but also they saw creativity as a demonstration that God exists. When you think about that for a second, when you're taking time to demonstrate beauty, you're showing that God exists. And so that's what we're trying to do a little bit with how we serve you today with the preparations for your breaks, is that things are prepared in such a way to be honoring to you and also to glorify God and show that He exists. And I think that as we talk about L'Abri, it can't be more well stated over and over again that we need that. It's the answer to how we reach the non-believer. There's story after story, but let me just tell you just one before we break. One in particular was a man named Sylvester Jacobs. Now, realize that people came in from all walks of life, from all over the world, because Schaeffer one time was broadcasted via Transworld Radio across Europe. So you had people coming from China, you had people coming from the United States, you had evangelicals coming, you had all these different mixture of people. And here's this one guy named Sylvester Jacob. He's a black man from Oklahoma, and all he's ever known in his time is kind of the racist kind of approach to his life. And so he really questioned, and this is the honesty that he shares in his book called Born Black. He shares that, I question whether God even liked black people. Because he never saw that in the demonstration of hospitality or even regular conversation with ordinary people. It wasn't a part of the equation. But when he went to L'Abri, he says that they treated me like I mattered. And if I matter to them, maybe, just maybe, I matter to God. That's cross-cultural ministry. That crosses everything that you might conceive of in evangelism. Because you demonstrate that God exists and that God actually does care about the individual. And so let's celebrate that as we have our 15-minute break here and enjoy your snacks.